following my series on freelance writing, you're probably asking yourself, do I have what it takes to be a successful freelance writer? Well, I've got you covered. In this video, I'll be sharing the skills that every freelance writer that I know, every successful freelance writer I know has. Well, not every, because there are no absolutes in the world, but these are the skills that you should have if you want to be a successful freelance writer. Hi, my name is Lily. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're joining us for the first time, we share topics about creating and activating wealth. And we've been doing a series of videos on freelance writing and making money from it. And this video, I'll be sharing the skills that you need to have, the characteristics and skills that you need to have to be a successful freelance writer. And the first one, without wasting any of our time, is curiosity. Now, your job as a freelance writer is going to involve a lot of research, and not just research. You're actually going to be learning a lot about the people that you're writing to, your target audience. You're going to be doing a lot of research into how they buy, what their knowledge level is, what they know, what they want to know, stuff like that. And these are things that you may not be interested in if you do not have an innate need, an innate drive for curiosity. So I'm a very curious person, and I believe it's part of the reasons why I'm thriving in this industry. And yeah, so I believe that if you want to be a successful freelance writer, that you need to have curiosity as one of the most important skills that you can have. The second skill is obviously writing skills. Well, I want to say writing skills, but I also know that you can be a successful freelance writer without actually having like strong writing skills. All you need to be able to do is craft clean, clear copy, and it doesn't have to be like A+. I know some of the most highly paid writers in the industry who are not necessarily the strongest writers. So freelance writing is usually a combination of writing skills, selling skills, and research skills. And so yeah, one of the skills that you need to have is strong writing skills. The ability to take complex topics, distill them into things that people can easily understand, and put it out there for a client. The third skill a freelance writer must have, and this is a must, without this skill, you're not going to make it in the industry, is marketing skills. You need to be able to put yourself out there, both to clients and to other freelancers like yourself, and be able to show them the value that they will get from working with you. Only then will you be able to convince clients to drop $1 for you. So without marketing skills, your freelance writing career is probably done. So if there's one skill that you really need to learn, let it be marketing. Another skill that freelance writers, and this is probably going to get scary, sounds scary to you, but don't let it scare you. But another skill that you need as a freelance writer is sales. You need to be able to sell to someone without that person feeling sold to. Now, remember I said don't let this scare you, because I can relate to the struggle. I know when I first started out, like when I was growing up, I would see marketers, the people who they called marketers, and they would carry, they'll be dressed in suits and fancy shoes and everything, and walking in the hot sun. Oh my God, that image left, it left, I would say, a scar in my memory, and I never thought that I would be a marketer. But when I got into this, I learned that marketing isn't actually cold calling. So what those people that we see on the streets do is cold calling. They go up to someone's house and they knock without being invited to the place. It's just cold calling. It isn't marketing. Marketing is psychology. Marketing is learning who you're selling to and being able to sell to that person in a way that they can relate to. And sales also is psychology. Sales is not forcing someone to buy something that they do not need. Sales is a skill that we need in this world because it helps people get stuff that they really need. It helps people realize the value in stuff that they wouldn't know they needed. And so yeah, marketing and sales, very important skills for a freelance writer. Another skill you really need to have is communication skills. Let's say you have a project coming up and you're doing this project and suddenly your child falls sick and you have 2 days until the deadline. What do? If you get scared and say, oh my god, this client is going to think I'm lying, or this client is going to think I'm bullshitting it, and then you just decide not to say anything, and then you let the deadline pass, and then days later you come up and you say, oh, I'm so sorry, I thought I could deliver this, but I couldn't. That is poor communication skills. You need to be able to proactively communicate to clients and to communicate clearly too. So when you get briefs, sometimes they will be confusing. Or when you share a brief with a client, the brief will be confusing. And so what communication does, what good communication skills does for you, is that it helps you ask the right questions in order to clarify and understand exactly what is being said, understand exactly what the client needs from you, and be able to communicate exactly what you're going to do for the client too, in such a way that they can understand and appreciate it. Another skill that you need as a freelance writer is, well, this is not really a skill, but you need to be always networking. And that means you need to be someone who has empathy, and you need to be someone who is human enough to recognize that the other person is not a milk machine, the other person is not an ATM machine that you can just milk dry. That the other person is a human being like you that you need to give value to in order to receive value from. Another skill that you will need as a freelance writer is copy editing skills. If you've been taking your first drafts and sending them off to a client just like that, you've been doing it all wrong. You've been doing it all wrong. You need to be able to take that piece of content that you've written and go through it, checking for grammar errors and spelling errors and all of that stuff. And now, let me give you this tip. A good way to do this is to take that piece of content you've written onto another screen. It could be your phone, or you could turn your computer into dark mode, and it begins to show up errors that you didn't know existed before. Another skill that you're going to need is what we call developmental editing. Developmental editing is what makes sure that your writing is following the right structure and following the right logic in a way that the audience, the target reader, is able to understand what you're saying. Developmental editing is also the part of writing that makes sure that the piece you're writing is focused on the audience, on their search intent and everything. Don't worry if all of this is confusing you. Just keep watching videos through the channel. You will understand it all by the end of, say, today. And if you want to get past all of the confusion, you can sign up for my course on freelance writing. You can check the description link, the link in the description box of this video right here. Another skill that you will need is project management. Oh my god, when I first started out, I did not know that I would have to juggle so much work. And here I am juggling so much work because I don't know if it's the same for other people, but for me, client management is the most painful thing and also the most beautiful thing about freelance writing, because I love my clients and I love being able to communicate with them and all of that. But sometimes it becomes too much to juggle and to remember who needs what delivered by when, and being able to schedule your work in such a way that deadlines do not clash with each other. And this is very important. Project management skills are very important because without it, you will start to miss your deadline. Another skill that you need as a freelance writer is SEO skills. SEO is search engine optimization. It's the skill that helps you show up your client articles on the first page of Google. And this is the skill that is a very easy skill. I'd love to continue making these videos for you. So if there's a particular thing you want me to teach or to share about in the coming days, please leave it down in the comments. And don't forget to like, to subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any of my videos. See ya!